Okay, we have a new game starting here. We are going to be doing Injustice: Gods Among Us. Now, this has been out for a while. I kind of meant to do this earlier, but other stuff, work, family, that kind of crap, sort of got in the way. Now, that being said, Injustice: Gods Among Us, if you haven't heard or if this is the first time you're hearing about it, then where the heck have you been? But basically, Injustice: Gods Among Us is a fighting game by NetherRealm Studios, as you can see, the guys who made the new Mortal Kombat, and are apparently working on something new, I guess, I've heard, but who knows. And it's basically DC the fighting game, with, its own storyline and its own internal records and everything else. And it has very interesting gameplay mechanics, similar to Mortal Kombat, though not nearly on the same style. It's got a bit of a different feel to it, trying to give it a bit of a unique spin, as it were. Now, that being said, the game itself, in my opinion, and in a lot of people's opinion, it's received very good reviews, is excellent. Very good fighting engine, extremely good graphics, some interesting interactivity in the backgrounds, and some very interesting combo and gameplay mechanics. But what really sets it apart from most fighting games is the fact that, just like Mortal Kombat before it actually has a cohesive story as one of its features. And in fact, Injustice uses almost identically the same system and structure that was used in Mortal Kombat, with a chapter-by-chapter breakdown and all that good stuff. Now, before we get to that, which is what I'm doing the Let's Play on, is gonna be that single-player stuff. Let's check out some of the downloadable content just so you guys can know what is available for you if you're interested. Now, here's the deal. There's a season pass with this, which included 4, and I mean literally 4 characters as alternative, extra characters to play as. And there's also all kinds of bonuses and stuff like that, but Lobo, Scorpion, Batgirl, and General Zod are the 4 big main characters that have been included in the game. There's also different skins and all kinds of different stuff here. Earth 2, Red Sun, Blackest Night, Killing Joke. Some of these were part and parcel with the character upgrades. Others were not. They're also including all kinds of bonus downloadable content, like the Star Labs missions. NetherRealm is being totally and utterly awesome about their downloadable content stuff. So definitely, if you like superheroes, if you like fighting games, and if you really just want to get your hands on really cool stuff, this is the place to go. Now, since that's all good, let's get out of here. I'll deal with that later. It's time to go do single player. Now, the single player stuff is, in my humble opinion, pretty much awesome. Now, that being said, it's not without its faults. Certainly has some problems that I could address, but as a general rule, it's pretty cool. Now, what we're doing here is we're going to be doing the single player story mode. We're going to start a new game, and if you're a DC fan, this story is probably going to seem pretty familiar. I'm still going to try and do a little bit of I know I'll lose my progress. I don't care. I'm going to try and do a decent explanation of how it works. Quote from Lex Luthor: "I can say without a doubt that there are an infinite number of universes. Some are just like ours, except for 1 or 2 significant events exactly the same." That's actually a quote from one of the actual Justice League books, I believe. But it also bases on a theory that, there's many different layers to the universe, and each one has its own version of our world. Now, that's a grim sign, isn't it? When the first thing you see in any game that features Superman is the Daily Planet logo destroyed, that's not a good thing. If you've seen Man of Steel by any chance, this scene probably looks familiar, because in Man of Steel, this is pretty much what most of Metropolis looked like after the end. Seriously, that movie was insane. In this case, Metropolis destroyed, millions dead. Yep, that looks bad. That looks seriously screwed. And at first I'm thinking, so who are these guys? Because if Metropolis is destroyed, who are they? But then you see it's Gotham City. And they're all just sort of like, well, this sucks. And that laughter you're hearing is exactly who you think it is.
The nuke. Where'd you get it?
What? You want one? Copy that.
We have unexpected company. And I'm guessing whoever this company is probably not happy with our presence.
Get away from him!
I'm handling this.
You drugged me! Made me...
Now, just a quick heads up, in case you're wondering why it seems like something else happened before the bomb blew up and leveled Metropolis, it's because there's a whole comic book series that deals with how the game gets to the point it gets to. And one of the big plot points is that the Joker used a kryptonite-infused version of Scarecrow's fear toxin to confuse Superman into thinking he was fighting Doomsday. In reality, he wound up killing Lois and their unborn child. So yeah, that's, you know, at first I'm thinking, yeah, that'd be enough to tick me off. If I had all that power, I'd be pretty angry.
Me up will magically reform me, and they'll be safe. So big, so dumb. Now run along, so I can break out of here. I've got lots of planning to do to top this.
And I think, in my opinion, the Joker in this one is amazing, and he actually is seen in two different forms. So you know, the Joker's awesome in this, and you're gonna enjoy seeing him. I promise you.
Maybe you won't kill your next family.
Lesson learned: do not taunt the ultra superhuman. I can't help but imagine that Superman just went Sub-Zero and ripped the Joker's spine out. Which, you know, either way, Joker's dead. That's a bit of a shock. And now in another world. So yes, this is an Elseworld story. You know, stop whining. The only way to really make this work was to make it an Elseworld story, but I thought they did an extremely good job with it regardless. So now we got Superman fighting Ares in a non-destroyed Metropolis, as of far. We got the Green Lantern fighting Sinestro. And now we have Shazam fighting Black Adam. And Hawkgirl joining in. And see, that's one thing. I'd actually pay to see a movie done in this style.
Wonder Woman, Aquaman, let's wrap this up. I've got to get to the Watchtower.
Before Luthor throws something else at us.
And now we've added Doomsday to the list.
Doomsday.
Bitch slap.
Should have been a combined assault.
Clark sometimes forgets he can't do everything himself.
And then we got Luthor, Cyborg, Nightwing, Bane, Raven, and Solomon Grundy.
You're interrupting tonight's entertainment, Raven.
I detest violence, Luthor, but I'm even less fond of you.
Or as someone else noted, what is this, the Teen Titans versus Random Enemies Series number 3? I mean, when you're throwing Solomon Grundy in the mix, yeah.
Name's Cyborg, not Miracle Worker.
Nightwing to Batman, you there?
I could use your help.
After I check out...
Alright, we're on. Chapter 1.
Luthor didn't bust him out.
No keep. We're getting our butts handed to us.
Be there soon, Dick. We're keeping a close eye on him, Batman, just like you said. He hasn't moved.
So far, what we're seeing here is that...
What in the hell?
Yeah,
What's that?
that is exactly right. What in the hell is a tripwire doing outside of a prison door? You are not doing your job.
How'd Joker do this?
He didn't.
He didn't. The real trap is behind us.
And we're about to get to our first fight with Mercenary for Hire Deathstroke. Or as I like to refer to him, Deadpool without any sense of humor. Sorry, I know that's not true. I know Deathstroke long predated Deadpool, but I'm sorry. It's just now that every time I see him, that's exactly what goes through my mind, you know?
Green. And as a bonus, I get to kill Batman.
Well, let's see if you got the... Oh, you did not just shoot me. Guess what? Now, as you no doubt notice, the game has a very fast feel to it. Has real quick combo system to make it move fast. But it also features environmental attacks like that, which he stupidly did not take advantage of. And even has some other environmental moves like this. Let me introduce you to a friend. Well, not really. The Scarecrow wants you to suffer. And now we're in a completely different part of the area. They call it level transitions, which is actually pretty cool. I like that. Now, as you notice, there's basic attacks. There's the light, the strong, the heavy, and then there's also each character's unique ability, which in Batman's case is the ability to summon mechanical bats and then hurl them as enemies. Now, that being said, Deathstroke has not given me enough energy to actually do my ultra attack on him yet, so I'm trying to get him to beat me up a little bit so that I can, what the hell? Oh, the download finished. My bad. Come on! What are you waiting for, you weakling? Do something! Anything! You're boring me! Come on! There we go. Now let's end it. Oh, you son of a bitch. You actually blocked it. Alright. Well, sorry folks. No special moves for this guy. Just gonna finish the job with a nice flying kick. In the chops.
Sorry, Deathstroke.
No bonus for you.
For you. Batman to Watchtower. Come in. Nightwing.
I'm afraid they're a bit spoken for. You know, I always thought Doomsday was sort of a weird opponent because it felt like his only reason for existing, and when you think about it, really, his only reason for existing was to fight and defeat Superman. Green Arrow saves the day again with his wonderful trick arrows, and completely ignores Doomsday because it's Doomsday.
Green Arrow.
And the Flash is joining
Thunder
in.
of the gods, Flash. Thunder of the gods. What does that make us?
And then here's Doomsday coming to wreck everybody's day.
Poor slobs who clean up the mess.
Bane. I actually like the design of Bane in this one. He looks awesome.
There are no further interruptions.
I'm sorry, were you expecting company?
Took me almost 2 minutes to break your encryption. Nice work.
Bane.
He esperado mucho tiempo para esto. Now I break your back.
I do not know what he said before the break your back part, but honestly, I'm guessing it probably wasn't pleasant. Guess what? Oh, I'm guessing this is not going to end well. Nope. You know, technically he should be dead, but that wouldn't make good gameplay, would it? Oh! And he just ran me over.
That opinion, you're right.
Did you honestly expect this to go any different? Really, Bane? Now you may have noticed that each character plays exceedingly different. Deathstroke and Batman are both technically gadget characters, but Bane is a power character. He's a monster powerhouse, so he is actually a vastly different character to play as than, say, Batman. Each character has their own unique set of moves, their own unique set of abilities, and learning them can be very important. I'm not actually going to wager. I'm going to let him win this one because I want to do the super move. But in the second round you can actually break an attack combo and then use a wager to either regain health or do a lot of damage. So anyway, this is going to suck for you, Bane. Twin tasers, knee to your chops, bomb to your face, and now Grand Theft Run Over. And that's it for Bane's day. I'm sure he's having fun.
Bane, Catwoman, Grundy. You're all alone, Luthor.
Geniuses often are.
Psychopaths like
Now we're about to get into the first mini-game in the series of mini-games. The story mode has quite a few of them, actually, and they're actually pretty cool. Even if some of them are a bit simplistic.
Resigned to throwing toys?
Hey, if it works, don't knock it. I got plenty of these to go around, and your face is an inviting target. Oh crap. And see, if you fail, that's what happens.
time to teach you humility.
You started at a bit of a disadvantage. However, I've practiced enough that I know how to take advantage of this. Now, let me show you some of the other environmental interactions, like that. Each character works with the environment differently. Batman uses them as jumping off points and other acrobatic feats, whereas Luthor would just grab it and hurl it at me if he wanted to. Now check this out. You can actually use different moves and enhance them with what's called a mana burn. For example, if I want to, I can do this neat little slide kick and then hit him with a batarang in the back in the process. Gives me a bit of an advantage. You can also grab random crap out of the air and hurl it at people. It's different for each character. Some have different effects, some have different abilities. It all depends upon who you're playing as. Another good thing is to know each character's strengths and weaknesses. You know, Luthor's a powerhouse, but he's slow. Batman is not as powerful, but he's fast as all get out. And if you time it right, you can easily combo different moves together to smash down an opponent.
Try this on, genius.
And the Bat Electromagnetic Pulse Generator. Your armor is now devoid.
Superman, report.
It's done. The others are mopping up. I'm taking Doomsday into deep space.
Make sure it's very deep space.
What's that?
It's the none of your damn business alarm.
Victor Stone, the cyborg. He gets a lot of good screen time later on, actually.
Metropolis.
I can see the headlines. Justice League fails. Clown kills millions.
You gave him a nuke?
Most of the League dies, and Superman's beloved city is vaporized. I console the masses by offering to rebuild it in my own image of...
He's done.
He was done.
This is Batman. Code Red. Everyone to these coordinates, now!
And this is where the game goes into the Elseworld story.
Baldy said remember to...
And there's the legendary statue of Superman holding up the Earth.
Mr. J, it works!
And Joker and Harley are playing to nuke it.
Uh-oh.
Back to the van, Harley.
This game also does a great job of showing the abusive relationship between these two. For example.
No one likes a third wheel.
Batman! My coup de coeur, my pomme de frite. I knew that ape Deathstroke couldn't kill you.
Too bad for you.
Why so jumpy? I merely took it off standby. It's this button you've got to worry about.
Uh-oh.
Keep him talking, Bruce.
Don't wait for us, Barry. Go!
You push that button and $8 million.
In theory, the Flash ought to be fast enough to stop this, but that wouldn't make for a good story, now would it?
Safe distance. But now that you're here, what say we have one last dance?
And there's no doubt that the Joker is crazy enough to kill himself to kill Batman, and to hell with the collateral. Okay, that's unexpected. And now we can almost immediately tell that something is not right here.
What the hell's the matter with this scene? This is somehow your fault!
Metropolis, and yet...
Out of my way, Joker.
Maybe I was too sentimental before. I'll be fine without you.
You know, it's funny. He and the Joker have fought how many hundreds of times? And the Joker has never once beaten him in hand-to-hand combat, I don't think. And I will say this, the Joker has undeniably one of my favorite combo systems in the game, not to mention some of the best moves. That being said, he's also got a long wind-up time for a lot of them. Okay, now the Joker should be dead like 5 or 6 times by this point. But again, it's a video game, and if you're really arguing comic book logic at this point, you're in the wrong place. Oh!
Try again.
You figure that kick to the chop has to hurt like nobody's business, but... Ooh. Ah, now the Joker's throw is one of the most undeniably brutal of the game. And I like that about the Joker is that he is... I think they give him more justice in this game than in most of the other adaptations. He's somewhere between Mark Hamill's Joker and Heath Ledger's Joker. But now I think it's time we end the Joker. I love this backflip.
Don't get up.
Oh, and he's down.
Now stay down.
And now suddenly we're back in the street again. The hell? Gameplay story segregation. What can you do?
And keep quiet.
Now I know for a fact this ain't right. You know what I'm saying? We even got attack choppers in the area? That ain't fair. The fact that these guys are trying to arrest Batman should probably be a clue that something ain't right. Joker does make a point. That is funny. But it's Batman. He's the goddamn Batman. You had to know he'd have a trick or two up his sleeve. And the Joker's out of there. I love that the Joker is smart enough to run away, you know?
Amateurs. Next time, wipe your drive. You're not insurgents? Just some punks. Like that Joker clan idiot we almost had. Still can't believe we freaking lost Batman. Yeah, let's hope the big boss doesn't find out.
I'm in a nightmare.
Alright, so, with that taken into consideration, we're on to Chapter 2, and I'm going to pause it for a bit, and then We'll resume as soon as I've checked to make sure everything's working here.